In a few of my recent videos, I showed how to install a Dash full node as well as the Dash Insight API, and that was a lead up to this project with DashHive that right now we're calling DashDrop. And I'll tell you the story behind it real quick. In the Dash community, it's pretty common to have a Dash giveaway where you want to generate what we call paper wallets that have two QR codes on them, a public and a private. You'll generate these paper wallets, you'll print out maybe 100 of them or maybe even 1,000 of them, and then either before you go to the event or as you're handing them out, you'll use the Dash app to scan the public key of the card and load, say, 0.01 Dash, about $5, onto the card to give it to someone so they have something to import into their Dash wallets. They've got a reason to download the app and do that. One of the problems that arises with this is that if they aren't sufficiently motivated to claim that Dash and you don't have a way to reclaim it back to your wallet, then the money's just lost forever. So it's very important that we can tell people, here's how you get the app so that they know that they can accomplish this and what they need to do. And also, if you don't do it within a certain time frame, I'm going to go ahead and reclaim that money. So this gift card paper wallet per se is valid for 30 days or 60 days. Then we want to also be able to track and see, like, statistically, how successful was this giveaway campaign. So to explain that a little better, I'll walk through the process here. And by the way, this is the GitHub repository under the DashHive organization for this project. So let's say that I am a Dash advocate. I'm going to some sort of public event. I'm going to give away some Dash. So I might go first to this paper wallet generator, not because it's particularly better or whatever at generating keys, but it has this nice little paper wallet tool. So first I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to ignore this information right here. I'm going to scroll down and it's going to show that one public-private key pair has been generated so far. We're not going to use those. We're going to click on paper wallet and I'm just going to allow it to auto-generate the 3 paper addresses. So here they are. We can see all of them on the screen at the same time. And if I come down here and I click refresh, the last 3 of these, not the first one, are these paper addresses. So let's pretend, I'll go ahead and click print, but I'm not actually going to print. So let's pretend that I went ahead and I printed those, and now I don't want to have to manually load them. This is only 3, so it wouldn't be a big deal, but I want to be able to automatically load these. That's what this DashDrop tool is for. So I'm going to come back over here and say disperse funds, spread Dash. Now I could have generated here some number of wallets, and we hope to get funding for a future version of this tool so that we can have nice pretty wallets with customizable messages that would print on the back as well for two-sided printing to say, hey, here's where you could spend this, here's where you download the app, here's information about when it expires or how to contact me if you want more information, etc. But for right now, that would just open up a text field like it does there. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of those and paste instead the ones that we had from the paper wallet. And you might have noticed it just updated there real quick. It changed the formatting around a little bit. And so I've got these 3 wallets. And then before I go any further, I should either print them out or download the CSV. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the CSV. I've got that downloaded in my browser. And then this is an early version of the tool, just kind of a preview stage. Please give us any feedback or comments that you have, but know that we are aware that there's a couple things that are just a little wonky as we were prototyping it out. It's not super production quality in terms of the clickability of the interface. All of the crypto stuff's working great, but like, for example, I'll show you here, I have to delete this, tab over, and tab back so that it fills out correctly. So what we can see is I'm presented with this public address and this private address. I could put a private address that has Dash in there if I wanted to, but I'm just going to use the app on my phone and I'm going to fund this public address. So you can't see me, but I'm pointing at my phone right now. It's asking me for confirmation. I'm giving it the go ahead. Now that money is spent, and if I click recheck balance, it's going to warn me that the funding source doesn't have confirmations, but you can see that the full balance is there. And then just a little wonky do, I have to do this to have it update. Again, just because I didn't have the proper event handler on here. And so now I'm going to click confirm transactions. So there's the transaction that's been broadcast, and these wallets, whether generated or pasted in, are now saved in the browser. And I kind of want to leave them there. This is good, even though I have downloaded them. And if I were to go all the way down here at the bottom, I could completely clear that out, but I'm not going to do that yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm just going to refresh this. We don't have a back button yet. Refresh this. I'm going to check status. I'll click the paste CSV button so you can see it's got the 3 key pairs. If I were to refresh the page, I already did. So it's saving those 3 key pairs so that in my browser personally, so I can easily check stats and stuff on this. So you can see right now I'm at 0% effectiveness. Nobody's claimed the Dash. All of it's available to be reclaimed, and there's no scans on here. So I'm going to go take my phone. I'm just going to scan this first one. All right, confirm that I want to receive it. Okay, so now the money from this first one here, I've actually just imported back into my phone to simulate an event of somebody claiming the Dash. So let me go ahead, and I just changed anything in this field to make it update. So now we can see one of 3 wallets claimed. That 0.01 of the original 0.03 Dash has been spent or claimed. We can see a first scan date, a last scan date, and then I'll go ahead and I'll scan another one of these. Okay, confirming. Now that Dash has gone back to the wallet on my phone. So over here, again, I'm just going to change this field, and that causes it to refresh. Now I can see 2 of 3 wallets have been claimed, and there's still some Dash left over. So let's say my 30 days has expired. I've had a good campaign. 2/3 of the people that I passed out paper wallets to downloaded the app and claimed the wallet, but the rest didn't. And so I don't want to have that money go to waste. So I'm going to go ahead and reclaim it. So here, I'm going to confirm reclaim, and it's letting me know that the transaction has been broadcast. And then if I recheck the balance of this key, it's going to let me know that it hasn't had confirmations yet. But this key that was generated in the browser and is being saved in the browser for my convenience, there's the public part, and here's the private part. So this private key just reclaimed all of the remaining funds into one lump sum. So now this has got potentially a lot of money on it, 1/3 of all the Dash that I spread. And then I'm going to scan this key into my Dash app, and it's going to let me know that I can recover it. Ta-da! Now I have that in my phone as well. So all of the money at this point has either been distributed as intended or reclaimed. So I'll just cause that to update again, and then we don't have a way to tell yet that reclaim was not part of the campaign, so that might be a feature that we could add for the future. So that's the full process so far. There's other features that we'd like to hear about. Please comment here or make an issue on the GitHub repository. And we hope that we'll be able to receive funding from the Dash community to continue to develop this tool. And obviously we want to fix some of the quirks anyway in the near future. And now that I'm completely done with this, I've reclaimed everything. I'm going to go ahead and clear all of the data from the browser. It's going to warn me twice, and then it's going to force it to download the CSV against my will anyway. So just in case I did something wrong, there's going to be a backup in my downloads folder with all of the public-private key pairs that were used during this. Then I'm going to refresh again. I also want to let you know you can look at the notes here in this video or at our GitHub projects to see how you can install a Dash full node and Dash API so that you could run an API on your own. And also keep a lookout for the video on how to configure and use this on your own. If you want to right now, you can clone it and just run the install.sh. You can open it up in a browser or host it on your own site. It doesn't connect to any of our servers. The only API it uses is the official Dash Insight API, but you could change that URL to be your own installation of the Insight API and run on your own infrastructure.